going on, guys? Welcome back to the Athletic Lounge. I am Mike.
And I'm Josh.
And another fantastic weekend of football.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's dive right into it.
Let's do it, baby.
Let's dive right into it. Now, a fantastic game from Debo. 37 points.
Amazing.
7 receptions, 149 yards, 1 TD, and a rushing TD as well.
He can do it all.
Gotta love it. Debo finally, last couple weeks, I feel like Debo's finally seeing a lot more volume over in San Francisco.
Might as well get his legs ready.
And a lot less volume for Brandon Ayuk.
Well, that's what happens, when you got so many people that you can go to, everyone can't get everything, you know.
You're right. And Lamar Jackson scraping through with that win over in Baltimore. 35 points, 24 for 43, 316 yards, 3 TDs, 11 rushing attempts, 70 yards rushing on the ground.
That's a game.
That's what we need to see from
Lamar.
From Lamar, absolutely. And they ended up, like I said, winning that game. And now Evan Ingram.
Nice.
They ended up losing to the Browns, which I think was Flacco playing for the Browns?
Yeah.
Flacco was playing for Cleveland.
For Cleveland, yeah.
So Cleveland ended up scraping through the Jaguars. Now, no Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that was
which puts a damper in things, but they ended up still kind of keeping in.
It proves they're showing they're a good team.
And Ingram had 32 again, 11 receptions, 95 yards, 12 targets, 2 TDs. I actually started him too in one of my leagues. Now Drake London in Atlanta. This is his first appearance up here in the top 5 of the year. And he had 10 receptions for 172 yards, 11 targets. And they ended up losing.
That's Atlanta.
Ended up losing. And Desmond Ridder, who was the backup quarterback for Atlanta, he was 26 for 40, 347 yards, 1 TD, 15 rushing yards, and another TD on the ground.
Wow, gotta love that, man.
So,
you gotta step up when you got the chance.
Yeah. And Cooper Kupp.
He's just, you can't. He's just solid all around.
Yeah.
Can't stop him.
And they lost to the Ravens.
You know.
You got something there.
What? I got something.
Still there.
Still there?
There it is.
You got it?
Got it from the tape.
Woo!
Cooper Kupp, 8 receptions, 115 yards, 10 targets, 1 TD, 28 points. And it's a shame because unfortunately it looks like that their playoff runs aren't completely out of the picture yet.
No, I don't know. I don't think the Rams. There's too many teams out there that are too good. I don't think the Rams have enough overall to really make a push.
Yeah, but I disagree because I do think they do have, but I do think they were plagued with injuries off the jump. You had no Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
And that did affect you. You had no Stafford for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that did kind of hurt them in certain aspects of it. But do they end up making a run long? It's possible. I want to bet.
Could they get in there and sneak out a win? Of course they could. They got I'm not saying they got a bad team, Offensive wise, you got Matt Stafford dishing it out to Cooper Kupp and Puka Nuka. It's a dream situation for Stafford.
This was updated the 11th. This is the updated bracket now. Jacksonville and Cleveland would be the wild card. KC and Pittsburgh, Miami and Indianapolis.
Wow. Pittsburgh is still surprising me that they're.
Yeah, no, they're one of those teams that I think KC can escape with that win.
Yeah.
But now here's the kicker. I do see KC beating Miami in that divisional.
Yeah, it's that
right?
Kansas City defense is really good.
And as crazy as that as crazy as that sounds, I think that
It doesn't sound crazy.
no, but I do because I don't think that KC has nearly what Miami has from receiving aspects.
Yeah, but well,
or-
we just saw what happens when they don't have Tyreek Hill. That's just one player on the offensive side. You know,
Yeah, I mean their whole entire offense just crumbles.
That's what I'm saying.
Crumbles.
So, you take any receiver away. Obviously, you take Mahomes away from Kansas City, and they're nothing. But I definitely see Kansas City getting through to that. Their defense is really good. They could slow down Miami, and that's really all you have to do to beat them.
Yeah.
If you let Miami play their game on you, they're gonna beat you.
Yeah, I agree, and I do think that Lamar will end up getting his first playoff win. I can see him either.
I would honestly rather him play Jacksonville than Cleveland, even though Cleveland,
Yeah, but yeah. I don't know that depends. I think that changes. We have 3 weeks left, and you got basically a broken down Jacksonville and a broken down Cleveland.
Yeah, but Cleveland's not really broken down with Flacco there now.
Yeah, it's fun, but I feel like we're
Cleveland could be.
We got to really see. Yeah. We got to really see what's up with Flacco.
He was looking pretty good out there.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but it's a small sample size compared to what we've seen in the last 2 years, 3 years. So
one game doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. So I'm curious to see what happens this week. Now, on the other side of the divisions, Tampa Bay and Philly, which would be the wild card game. Now, Philly,
No, there's no way Philly's the wild card.
Yeah, they slipped out of the bye.
Really? Oh yeah, that's right. They
slipped
lost
out of
the
the
last
bye.
two. That's right. That's crazy.
They lost the last two.
That is crazy.
So it'd be San Francisco would be the
wow.
Would be the bye there. It says Baltimore would play the low seed. San Francisco would play the lower seed.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
So that could change.
I don't want to see San Francisco and Philly duke it out. No.
But San Francisco is not going to have Philly's not going to have the lower seed. So San Francisco probably end up playing like Green Bay or Minnesota. Nah.
Detroit and Minnesota.
Detroit,
that's a good
maybe.
game.
Playoffs shaping up to be pretty interesting.
Can't wait. That looks good. I like how it is. Maybe swap around Philly and Green Bay. Maybe that would be better.
Once again, I don't see Green Bay. I'm curious to see what Green Bay does this weekend against the Giants. Right? Was that this weekend? Did they play already? No, did they play this weekend? They played Green Bay this weekend.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, it wasn't last weekend. So that should be interesting to see. But now let's get into the Week 15 games. Now, can you pull that up for me? For some reason, I'm having some technical difficulty here. It's telling me there's Saturday games. Is there Saturday games this weekend?
Saturday games?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
And
Yes, there are. There's 3 Saturday games. 1, 4, and 8 o'clock. 1 o'clock is the Vikings and the Bengals.
Vikings and the Bengals to start. Well, first, let's start with the game that just ended, the massacre that the Raiders have put on the Chargers.
I mean, going in at halftime, it was 42-0. I mean, wow.
Absolute mayhem. Absolute mayhem for. I mean, no Herbert, and they just.
No Herbert. Yeah, Eckler wasn't doing anything.
They're done over there. That's it.
That's a shame because that is a good team.
They're done. And now, so you said. Oh, so yeah. So that was the game tonight. That game, Devontae had a pretty good game too.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Their defense. If you ended up snaking Raiders defense
somehow,
they finished with some very high points to start the week off. Now, You said it was the Vikings Bengals, right?
Yeah.
So 1 o'clock in. Now this is a interesting game because the last 2 weeks I've thought that the Bengals are done, and it seems like they're not done yet.
Yeah, no.
It seems like they're
have
still
some fight in
kind of.
them.
They still have some fight in them. I do end up seeing the Vikings take this game.
Yeah.
I just don't see the Bengals.
I just like that Vikings team.
Yeah.
They just still.
Yeah, they still. Yeah, Hawkinson's so good over there.
Oh,
Hawkinson's
yeah.
so good. Now Steelers Colts, which is the 4:30 game on Saturday.
Mhm.
Who do you got? Who do you got for over there? Steelers Colts. I think the Steelers honestly take that one.
Yeah, the Colts have been, real wishy-washy lately.
I mean, you do have the 7 and the 6 seed playing, so that is the 7 and 6 seed playing this weekend. Looking at that, Indianapolis and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. If they still have this, it's Indianapolis still have it in them to kind of keep it alive.
We'll see.
Now Broncos Lions. Speaking of Broncos Lions, where are the Broncos on that list? On that playoff list?
Yeah, I guess they don't
Right?
make it in. And power projections at that point when they're tied. It comes down to either.
Yeah, this was updated December 11th.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I think this will all separate pretty big this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean,
what
you
needs
have
to
the
happen.
Bills too, which is surprising because I was writing the Bills off, and I'm still not really. I don't see them beating.
Yeah, because,
I don't
that
know, they're very
game-
weird. They got some interesting games that have been close. Then they just come back and come guns a blazing at the Eagles. Like
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean? We're straight.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is like, look at this. These are very tight.
Extremely, yeah.
You got even you have the Jets bubbling under. You know,
Anything could happen.
exactly, and you have the Raiders now. So the Raiders are 6-8. Chargers are 5-9. Now, this is going to be interesting to see what happens with the Jets.
With everybody.
Seriously. With everybody in these games, it's going to be very, very interesting. The Giants are probably what, right?
No,
Look at that, right there.
Yeah.
5-8.
Hey, that's how we won both of our Super Bowls. Wild cards.
If we can,
8-8 seasons,
it's going to be a tough game. I mean, we can beat Green Bay this week. Green Bay is 6-7.
We win our next 3. Go into the
playoffs
hot.
I think we do take one from Philly. The next, because it's like Philly and then Dallas. I do think we take one from Philly.
Come back, baby. Tony DeVito bringing us to the promised land.
Sure, that'd be something. That'd be
interesting.
That'd
be for the books.
That would definitely be interesting. Now, as we dwindle and we get now, look at where the Eagles fell, bro.
I know.
And they're 10-3, and they fell below the. See, how did that happen? Like, I don't understand. What is it? Just the point differential? Look at look at the point differential with the fucking Niners. 175, Cowboys 188.
Yeah, no, I don't think that. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's crazy. Because who did they lose to? Their losses are to the Jets, to the Niners, and then who did they just lose to?
Did you just lose to the Niners?
Rams?
Let's see here.
I don't know.
I got it.
What?
This, no, not the Seahawks. Where the hell is it? The Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Most of the Cowboys. And I guess the Lions have probably beaten. I guess the Lions may have beaten the Cowboys or the Niners, maybe?
Something.
I don't know. Maybe. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's besides the point. But regardless, I do think that this is going to be interesting. I do think this is going to be a weird couple weeks of football, especially seeing,
All the records of everybody so close. I mean, there's like
yeah,
6 teams that have the same record right now. It's just
the Panthers are 1-12.
killing it, baby.
Shit. But yeah, so that was, what game was I on there?
Broncos Lions. The next one's Giants Saints.
Giants Saints. Oh yeah, Broncos Lions. That's right. Yeah, I thought that was weird that the Broncos weren't in that
Well,
mix there.
you see, there's a lot of good teams in there that could be in there.
Yeah,
It's just, I
that's
don't know.
true. Then when you said now Broncos Lions. Now what was the next one you said?
Giants Saints.
Giants Saints. Why did I think they played Green Bay? They played Green Bay last week?
Yeah, they played Green Bay last week.
That's why I thought they played Green Bay. Okay. I think they do take this game this weekend.
The Giants?
Yeah, I do think the Giants take this game. I just feel like the pop in
I mean, how
with
could
the
you go
Giants-
against them, baby? I mean, he's just
the pop of the Giants just is crazy. It's crazy. Like just watching them
a native coming in at quarterback, bro.
It's
beautiful. I'd love
it's
to
interesting
see
to
it.
see. And I'm excited to see this is actually an exciting weekend for Giant fans because out of how great he played last weekend.
He played good
great
last weekend.
So now I got the Falcons Panthers. I do think the Falcons take that game. Panthers are a wash this year. They're done. Bears Browns.
See the Browns taking that one again?
Yeah. Now this is going to be tricky because if you're in your fantasy playoffs, you're probably torn on if you're starting I don't know, DJ Moore. Do you start DJ Moore here this weekend?
Yeah, I don't know. This gets to the time of the year where that could mess up your entire year. They could sit someone that's, a little banged up. They want to rest them for playoffs or, and
I'm worried that happens with Tyreek this week.
it could definitely happen.
I'm really worried that's going to happen with Tyreek.
Happens
but
all the
I guess
time.
we'll see what happens with that. But I spilled my Happy Dad
Classy show we have.
on my 7th sip of my Happy Dad. Now, yeah, I mean, that's going to be tricky because I don't think that they have enough. I mean, it should be interesting now. It really should be because you want to put your best players out there on your playoff weekends. You want to have your best guys out on there. So sitting a big guy like DJ Moore and possibly DJ Moore having a big game this weekend could also hurt your chest if you end up losing this weekend. So in my opinion, I would say put your best guys out there. Live by the sword, die by it.
Check beforehand. 90 minutes before, check the lineup, make sure that they're in.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see them. I mean, the Bears are different, but a lot of these teams that are still kind of fighting for higher seeds, I can't see them sitting guys.
No.
The Lions or the Cowboys or the Niners or, not yet Niners. I don't think. I do think that we have.
Even because
I do think the Niners will run up to the end of playoffs.
Because you still want that bye. They're
Exactly.
still chasing the Cowboys. The Cowboys, I hate to say it, but Dak has been looking like an absolute assassin out there. He's been looking like a cold-blooded killer.
He's been looking great. And now we got the Bucks Packers. Now Bucks Packers, I think I really do like Love, and I do think that Jordan Love does have the potential.
I like Baker too, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Bucks have been playing as like a very, I mean they are the 4 seed, but they are pretty deep behind Detroit. So I mean I can't really see them making that jump. Now, this is the game I think to watch this weekend. It's the Jets Dolphins. Because if the Jets end up beating the Dolphins, I can almost guarantee we see Aaron Rodgers on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, because if they beat the Dolphins and if they finish out the season winning, they could squeeze into the playoffs, and that's exactly what Aaron wants. And then
That would be
That
crazy.
team is setting
That'd be
sail.
insane. So I think that's the game to watch, and I do think the Jets will beat the Dolphins that game. I do see it happening.
Yeah.
I do see it
I'm
happening.
going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I know, but I like to believe. Now Texans Titans. I'm going with the Texans. Texans are still
I don't
in
know. The
this.
Titans have been.
Yeah, the Texans are still in this. They ain't taking this from
I
the
don't know.
Titans.
I'm going with the
I don't
Titans.
see it. I don't see the Titans
Going
coming
with the
out
Titans.
and sweeping this one. Chiefs Patriots.
Chiefs.
Chiefs are going to blow the doors off the Patriots, especially after last week's tough loss.
My goodness.
Niners Cardinals. Niners going to blow the doors off with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Commanders Rams. I'm going to say the Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
I saw it was Sam Howell had more fantasy points than Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
which is funny.
Sam Howell.
So
He's been playing good.
I do think the Rams
looks
will
good
come.
out there.
You know, like I said, the Rams aren't dead yet. They are going to try and win this week and try to get to at least 500 to give them some hope.
Yeah.
Now you have Cowboys Bills. This should be a fantastic game, I suspect. I expect at least 100 plus receiving yards from Diggs this weekend.
Oh, from Diggs and CD.
Exactly. Yeah, both sides.
See both sides
I mean,
going off.
I
can see this being a shootout. I can see this
Yeah?
being a high-scoring game.
I hope so. I think we were all due for
I feel like the
nice
Bills
shootout.
have been doing that. I feel like they've been scoring a lot of points, but the other team has just been outscoring them. They've just been scoring more.
Yeah, but I do think the Bills are going to try to take this one too.
That's what I think. I think
You
that
know?
too. I think the Bills got this one.
But that remains to be seen, especially if they win this game. They are right up there. It's just surprising to
I'm
me because
surprised, yeah.
I really thought that they were done. I thought that the towel was thrown in. I thought Diggs was wanting to get the hell out of there. And now I think Josh Allen probably watched our podcast as some motivation and said,
Oh, yeah?
so I want to make these New Yorkers real happy. And I want to go out there and prove to New York that we ain't done
New
yet.
York. It's not just Buffalo. All of New York.
All of New York. Even Long Island.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I do think the Bills will take this one, and Bills are home now Sunday, so I'm sure Bills Mafia will be in full effect.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it'll be snowing
Going
in
nuts.
Buffalo, and they'll still have barely any clothes on.
Gotta love it. Gotta
Now,
love it.
Ravens Jaguars is an interesting one as well because I do think the Ravens will take this one.
Yeah.
And I do see the Ravens are basically running away with the division as we speak. Especially if Miami ends up losing to the Jets.
At this point.
So, these next 3 weeks are so crucial. I think it's great that they're so crucial with the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, it makes everything
Because
so much better.
everything in fantasy also makes it a lot more interesting too. Because these teams are not dying down.
Yeah.
These teams are not like, all right,
There's
we're
no
up.
one out,
We're up.
yeah.
Now we're up fucking 15.
Yeah.
We have 15 wins and 1 loss, and we're just
Exactly.
cruising to the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Sit on,
Everyone's kind of close. Everyone's about a game or two away from kind of squeezing in somewhere, and I do think that.
Yeah, and those buys are crucial, so you don't want to take
Exactly.
a chance.
Now, you think the Ravens take the?
Yeah.
I agree. Now, Eagles Seahawks.
Seahawks have been playing real good. I just couldn't see the Eagles losing another, though. So I have to go with the Eagles.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Eagles end up coming out strong and taking this one.
Yeah.
This week for sure. Now, are you? Let's talk about fantasy playoffs. Are you in any playoffs for fantasy?
In 1 out of my 3 leagues, I am.
1 out of your 3 leagues. I am in 1 out of my 3 leagues as well.
And I have a bye.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Best, what was I, 10 and 3, I think, right?
The buys scare me, though. Having a bye scares me because I feel like the players in the actual game don't know you have a bye, so they go crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Everyone
And
on
then
my
next
team,
week, they're just going to be like, yeah, they had a crazy week, so now it's opposite of what
Yeah, and of course I'm the second seed, so the people that I'm versing right now, their projections are like 150 and 140, and
Shit.
then my sister, who's the one seed, the people that she's up against, their projections are like 110, 120.
Jesus.
Of course.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's
So,
literally
shit. Well,
So,
hopefully, on for your luck, you get a
we'll see.
nice
No,
little.
I got a pretty solid team.
All right, so I mean, yeah, I have a pretty solid team. I am in one Yahoo league and I'm in one DraftKings basketball league.
I'm all Yahoo.
So I mean, listen, that would be fantastic. A nice little Turks and Caicos trip if I hit the best ball.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely, we're going
best balls are cool.
best ball. Yeah, listen, and if I hit the grand prize, listen, dude, we'll do a giveaway.
Yeah,
Like this is gonna turn to Mr. Beast. Like this will be Mr. Beast
yeah,
channel.
baby.
But no, so I think that I do have a solid chance in it too. I do think my depth is kind of gone with a lot of these injuries from the QBs.
Yeah.
Rodgers, Burrow, Lamar. Best ball users drafting two or three QBs, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of my best balls got murdered by all these QBs that got
yeah.
hurt this year. So, I guess we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that all depends on
Depends on the players.
good old Tyreek too. I have Tyreek on basically everywhere, so
Yeah,
I
Tyreek.
need Tyreek to have.
And that's
a
tough
game.
now that he's a little, a little banged up.
Hey, he's questionable too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Should be interesting.
he's
But
tough.
now,
He's a tough player, though.
Oh yeah, no,
He's
for
real
sure.
tough.
For sure.
He likes to get out there, and he wants to. He's chasing something this year. I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think that he is going to be held back by a little, nick and bruise. Now, a tush push update brought to you in part by Josh and Mike.
Gotta love it. Oh yeah.
Now, I read something the other day that said one of the heads of the NFL are basically redacted everything that was being said about the tush push, and it's sounding like they are not going to end up banning the tush push next year.
Yeah. They heard
That's
my
coming out
compelling
from-
argument.
This is coming out from the NFL. This is not from the Athletic Lounge. This is from the NFL.
Yes.
So, I do think that
I think it's a great, smart move.
it should be interesting to see what happens. It really should be, because I'm sure there are teams that are not very fond of the tush push. And
I'm sure they're not.
and I'm sure that they are going to vote against it. And
Again,
I'm sure
people
that
aren't fond of
it'll
going
be a
up
big
against Aaron
discussion.
Donald and TJ Watt. They're not fond of going up, but you got to do stuff to get around these hurdles. You can't just be like, can't do it. No,
Yeah,
you
no,
get
no.
around it, and it makes
Listen,
it better. Like I was saying last.
And I have a lot of respect for the Eagles doing the tush push. I'm just simply saying, didn't think it was going to be here, but after hearing that,
It's great. I'm so happy.
I could be wrong. Now, something that us truly have been telling you for about the last couple weeks now, Bill Belichick,
Yeah,
it sounds like he is out the door.
that's what it is.
Now, we had this conversation. I sent you the article, and we had the conversation where you were like, I feel like it was kind of the Patriots putting something out here, saying to just kind of be like, it's not us.
Yeah. I feel like it's the Patriots, putting that out, saying, saying we're done with Belichick. Belichick's not done with us because Patriots have lost a lot over the years. They were used to being top dogs for a long time, and then they lose their best quarterback who went to another team, and now what? They're gonna lose their best head coach. What is he gonna go to another team? That could hurt a team.
Oh, absolutely.
All your best people going somewhere else.
And I do think that he ended up trying to build that team around what his play style. So I do think him leaving is going to really put a damper in everything that has been done over the last.
And I think it's kind of
X
a
amount of years.
waste because think about this draft class that's coming up. Lots of good quarterbacks. He could
Yeah.
snag one of
Yeah,
them.
but I think it's time. I think he's ran his course. I think he's ready. I'm sure he wants to get the hell out of there. And I end up seeing him over with the Chargers. That is my guess. I'm going to go off on a limb and say it now. I do think he ends up going to the Chargers.
Like
nice
that.
weather.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather over in Los Angeles. Right? They obviously need a goddamn head coach.
Oh, they definitely
You have a
need head
great solid
offense.
core over there
yeah.
over there. And maybe all they need is a little bit of Belichick.
They need Belichick because he'll tighten that defense right up. And that's really all they need.
And I think so too. And I think a little bit of guidance for Herbert.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I think
really, because Herbert's great.
I think so too.
has
I think he has a great
such
potential, and I do see
greatness
them
in
winning
him.
a championship in the next 10 years.
Gotta do it, yeah.
Right, next 5-6 years, I do. Especially if Belichick goes there, and I think if Belichick wants another chip to say, "Listen, I did it without Brady. I went over here, whipped up, changed up the 4-7
That would
Chargers."
be great, yeah. Because that would be them, because they do have a good core.
Exactly.
So it's not like he has to do a lot.
Exactly. It's not,
But
and I don't think he wants.
still needs to
because
do
that's not what
enough.
Brady did. Brady didn't go from a team that was awful. Like that team wasn't awful.
Yeah. No, yeah, no.
They had pieces there. Yes, the team wasn't where it was when Brady got there, but basically I'd say the same situation that Belichick's walking into, which I want to actually kind of see, just for shits and giggles, what the Bucks were before Brady got there. What the Bucks record was.
Yeah, because and that can say a lot. If Belichick goes somewhere else and he can't do anything, does that say something about him? Does that say that he needs Brady? If he doesn't prove himself able to win without Brady, is it all Brady that did it? Who knows?
So let's see here. So Brady came over in 2020, and the Bucks were 7-9 the year before.
Well, they only came.
They were 7-9. So
His first year?
no, Brady's first year they were 11-5. So Brady's first year 11-5. The second year they were 13-4. They won the Super Bowl that first year, and now I
See that that's just gangster right there. Just being Tom Brady's like
and if this doesn't show that signs are pointing to Belichick coming over to the Chargers, where else would he want to go? It's nice. You're escaping the shitty Boston weather of the cold.
yeah.
Listen, I love Boston. I love the cold.
Yeah, we were just up in
But-
Massachusetts.
Yeah. Well, I do think that is the best option for
Yeah.
Belichick. And where do you think he ends up? He lands. I mean,
Someone that really needs a head coach. I was thinking the Cowboys. That'd be a great team that he could just
I
go
think
in.
if the
but
Cowboys don't get it done this year, I think that the running for Belichick is definitely high.
that would definitely
with
be
them,
really
for
good.
sure.
And that's a team that he definitely, hands down, I think Belichick. If he had that team and he didn't win a Super Bowl, then I definitely think that you gotta raise some questions because
Yeah, I mean, you can technically do the Bears too.
no, why would you want to do that? He doesn't want to go to another mess. Yeah, you got Fields, but
Follow him to the Bucks. I don't know.
No, that's the thing. I don't think
The Jets?
No, the Jets aren't getting rid of Salah. I think they
You like
like
Salah?
him. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that should be interesting how that plays out. Now, Tony, goddamn gabagool cutlets, baby. What do you have to say about the performance that we've been seeing from our boy Tony?
It's just, I mean, you know, there's nothing else you can say. It's just tomfoolery. It's just, he's dropping balls, offsides, constantly. I mean, I think, you know, they
No,
told.
you're talking about Tony. I'm talking about Tony Gabagool Cutlets.
Oh, you're talking about Tony DeVito?
Yes.
Oh, my man. I didn't know that. My bad. Sorry.
Tony
sorry.
Gabagool Cutlets.
I love that man. I mean, I don't know if you guys have figured it out already, but I love him. I want nothing but absolute greatness from him. And, you know.
Do you see him being the replacement?
Still a lot.
Did you
Well, you want that?
too,
I was about to.
Oh,
I mean, you're taking forever. I thought, you got this big old thing in front of you. I thought you were still working on it.
I took 3 sips. That's it, man.
I'm at a hoop. All right. Well, I love that guy, though. I think, he obviously still needs a lot of work. I think, if they work with him next year, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Giants' playoff hopes are dwindled, but I mean, I do like the enthusiasm that's coming out of the Giants.
That's what I'm saying. I love the energy that he brings.
I do think that
I love
Daniel
it.
Jones right now is sitting on his couch with his foot up in the air, watching all this unfold and saying, "Fuck,
yeah,
am I gonna have a job next year?"
Who knows?
So, I think that's the best part about it.
I love it.
Another thing let's talk about was the last thing. Pat Mahomes freak out on the refs on basically the whole sideline. I don't know if you saw that. Tony was offsides. Kadarius Tony.
Yeah, I mean,
was offsides. I mean, I don't know if he saw it. I think their argument was that no one said anything to him when they were lining up, and
no one's supposed to say. The ref doesn't have to say anything to you. If he does, good for the ref. That's nice of the ref. But you're supposed to look over at him, telling me that you're on the ball or off the ball. He'll tell you then. But if you don't look over, he's not going to be like, back up. I mean, he might try, but
Yeah, I don't know.
That's on Tony. I mean, and he was blatantly offsides. I mean,
yeah.
Like his head was way over the line.
They showed that shit, and I was like,
it's crazy.
Dude, he was so offsides. But I mean, it was a tough loss. And I just think I think that it was just so corny and just I didn't like part of it because I thought that. Like he went up to Josh Allen and he's just like
that was
talking
great.
shit to Josh Allen. I just thought that was corny. Like, bro, you lost. It was your fault. It wasn't even your fault. Yeah,
no, it wasn't his fault.
He was saying Travis Kelce made a phenomenal play, which was crazy. That play flipped it to him,
oh my god,
which is insane.
And it sucks that happened because it's just gonna be wiped.
And that's what Mahomes' argument was. Like, that fantastic play that just happened will never be ever showed anywhere ever again because
it doesn't.
You called that.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's football.
Yeah.
No, that's football. Anyways, guys, we will see you next weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate you guys checking our stuff out. Don't forget about the giveaway. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. There's new video games coming out. It's Christmas time. Giveaways for Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we're givers.
Love it.
Like and subscribe, show the support, and we will see you next time. Thanks, guys. See you later.